Morning YouTube. Saturday morning, 7:30, November 2nd, 2019. I just wanted to document my second hatch of, actually it's my third hatch of killifish. This is the containers I keep the eggs in. Alright, these are small little containers here, and I have them with water, fresh water, room temperature, and put some methylene blue in there to keep the fungus away. Alright, just so you have to put just enough to tint the water blues from what I hear. And it worked. I think I only lost one egg for fungus from one batch, and I might have lost two. I don't know if you can see those dark ones right there. I think that might be eyes, I don't know. So that's where I have found the babies. You know, you gotta check every day, every other day, or you could do the time. So you know, this is October 20th. This is October 21st. So it's been a few days. And keep in mind, this used to be our little mini bar here. Those are all empty. But this used to be mostly alcohol, but now we have a baby. So this is what we do for fun. Remove the babies too, and fry. Let's call them baby. I like to call them babies, but they're fry. And these containers are slightly larger than the other containers. I could probably tell you what size they are, but it's hard to see now, and I don't really want to move them too much. So this is the Fundulopanchax Gardneri Clauseni. They're albino, and these are the Fundulopanchax Oeseri. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right. I'll double check. You could, you know, look them up online. They're beautiful, beautiful fish. I'll show you the adults too, because the morning sun is coming out. Like, it's hitting them pretty nicely, but they get freaked out when I put the camera in front of them, the phone. So this is the setup I have them in. This is where our horned frog lives. So I just have it on a coffee table that we have off to the side of the living room. Keep in mind, guys, I live in a one-bedroom apartment. It's a small, you know, it's a small space, and killifish are ideal for this type of space. If you want to, you know, I can't have multiple tanks anymore. Most of the apartments for my son, but this is something that luckily my wife accepts, and she likes it. She likes seeing the little babies, and she likes seeing them grow up, and it doesn't take up much space. I'm not using up a lot of electricity. You can see there's no air filter in this. This is how I raise up the babies. Once they get a little bigger than this and they produce more waste, I'll transfer them over to this tub here. I have another one, an empty one on the bottom, so I could keep this species separate. But I'll transfer them over to here. I'm not using any designated lighting for this. I have a air pump with the sponge filter there, a mini nano sponge filter. This is probably half a gallon container I got for $2 at a store. It's super cheap to do this, you know. The hardest part is finding the killifish you want to keep, or just finding killifish, period. It's kind of hard, but I'm lucky enough to be part of an awesome club, you know, the Greater City Aquarium Society, and there's some, you know, real cool old school keepers there that, you know, keep a lot of killifish, and some of them are even mentioned here and there on YouTube by other. Sorry for the lighting. It's like I said, it's like 7:30 in the morning. None of the lights go on, and I don't like to turn them on out of schedule. I don't like freaking out the residents. So here's our, ya te voy a dar de comer, papa. Here's our resident here. He's a Suriname horned frog. He's freaking awesome. I love him. Anyways, oh, there's my beautiful mom. And this is a dubia roach colony. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I just want to give you an impression of where I'm keeping these, how I'm keeping these. Alright, so let me show you the parents, and I'll show you, I'll do a feeding of the babies, and hopefully you'll watch them eat. So this is where I keep the adults. This is these two little plastic containers. You can find them at Petco or any pet store, really. They're the medium size. Can't remember the name of it or the brand. They're two different brands. I think this is Imagination or something like that, or Imaginarium or something like that. But you can find these. You can obviously go larger if you want, but for me, this worked perfect. So I have the
Fundulopanchax Gardneri Clauseni. That's the female right there. She's the boldest of them. So she's even beautiful. A lot of people say, "Oh, the females are dull, whatever." I think they're gorgeous too. Look how intense that color is. There's the boy. He's popping his head out right there. You see that? I can't get any closer really because it'll just freak them out. So sorry for the blur. But look, you can see the intensity of their color, and this is just lit by there's the other male. So there's the two males though. The one that's inside the yarn is the dominant male. He's the one that I'm pretty sure does most of the breeding, but I make sure to feed both of them because it can get a little competitive. So you want to make sure everyone gets fed, and you want to make sure your girl looks like that, nice and plump, just like that. You see her? She's beautiful, but you can see there's no damage to her from having two boys there. The boys are really aggressive towards each other, not in the sense of like cichlids. They're just, very showy and pushy, but they don't really damage themselves. Unless it's like a smaller fish. Smaller fish, they might, they'll stress it out way too much. Because they do have big mouths. But let me get a little closer. Look at that color. Even though they're albinos, you can still see some green, some blue sheen on the sides. Some yellow, there's the yellow and the red. It's just a beautiful fish. The Clauseni, it's a little bit smaller than your regular Gardneri you see, the usual Gardneris you see around there. They're a little stockier, rounder. Man, it's just beautiful fish. Room temperature water. No additional lighting. I have some Java fern in the back, and then there's the breeding mop. Just gravel. I always have gravel. That's a good place for beneficial bacteria to live. And there's a sponge filter. Back there, it's a box filter actually, old school box filter. You can still find these in pet stores. You can see the media I have in there. I don't clean that out. They don't produce a lot of waste because I don't feed a lot. I make sure they eat high protein food. They are insectivores, so I give them Hikari beta food. I give them white worms. I feed them regular flakes, Tetra flakes. Tetra's a good brand in my opinion. I give them the live brine, baby brine shrimp, frozen baby brine shrimp, bloodworms. High protein stuff's what you want to give them. So I'm gonna go right over here. That's the Oeseri, the Fundulopanchax Oeseri. Don't make the mistake I did and call them Gardneri, because they're not, and you'll get corrected by Killifish people. But look at that beauty. That's the boy. That's the dominant boy. And he's flanked by two females. You see that? Oh yeah, actually no. The one on the left is a boy too. Now you can see little tattered fins on him. I just noticed that now. But there's more boys in this one. There's, I think, 3 boys and 2 girls. And there's a girl right there. Hold up. Is that a girl? Yeah, that's definitely a girl. So there. Same setup. Same exact setup. Breeding mop. Some Java fern. See, he has little tattered up fins. So I just noticed that there, but still, I don't think it's really bad. Now we're looking from underneath. I'm just holding up the container towards the light. There you can see them going at. You see that one's getting the food. But these don't have yolk sacs anymore, so you have to make sure you feed them. You gotta feed them every day, twice a day if you can, 3 times. But just feed enough that you could eat it. And you have to change the water almost every other day. Or every day change a little bit of the water. I'm probably gonna add a snail in here after a few days, once they get a little bit more size, and the snail would eat up all that extra food. So you can see how tiny they are. Those dots are the baby brine shrimp. So there you go. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this, and I hope you get hooked on Killifish. It's a beautiful thing. Take care. Bye.